What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute. In this video, I'm going to be outlining basically my progression over the past couple months, starting with the mock meet in February. This is February 14th. So the numbers I hit were 375 on squat. You can see I promptly failed the 255 there, and then I hit 245 for a single, as well as a 5-plate 495 conventional deadlift single. And you could see I was definitely happy with that. Definitely feeling myself a little bit because I haven't hit 5 plates in quite a while. Now, the start of this video, I'm weighing about 200 to 205, I would say, quick back shot pause. And then I went straight to it into my volume work. So this is 355, I believe. And my goal is basically to do some 4x3s on squat. And then when I progressed to the deadlifts, I just wanted to test my deadlift maxes. So there's 455 for a warm-up sumo, and there's 500.
Nice.
Yeah, moved pretty well. This is the physique, still pretty lean. And then I went on to bench. This was February 22nd, so a little bit of time after I failed 255 during the meet, and then I hit some threes with 225. Now, my current split is a lot different than what I've usually been running. In the past, I would usually run push-pull legs twice a week, and that would be my go-to. And recently, I switched it up. So, first day is legs, right? Here we go. We have 365 for 4x3, and I was basically trying to progressively overload it 10 pounds every week. So the last week was 355, this week is 365. And for the deadlifts, which is my Tuesdays, so squat Monday, deadlift Tuesday, bench Wednesday, and then I have an arm day on Thursday because that is my lacking muscle group. And then I take 2 days off and then bench on Sunday and hit some abs. And I've been really liking this split because if I'm hitting the compound movements once every week, I can really go all out, really go heavy every time I hit them, and then I get 2 full days of recovery. So by the time I start the week over again, I'm fully recovered and ready to go. And this would just allow me to go heavy on all the accessory movements too. So if I'm hitting legs, it's heavy leg curls, heavy extensions, heavy calves, heavy glutes, everything on that one day. And then I just get full recovery for the next week. So deadlifts, there was a 4x5 with 405. And then we move on towards the next week because I think I forgot to record the bench. So here we go. This is March 6th, and I'm hitting a 4x3 with 375. And progressively overloading pretty well. At this point, it is always kind of interesting when you're getting back into strength training because I was trying to hit some singles, I was doing Romanian deadlifts, so I was kind of just trying to prime my nervous system to get ready for heavier weights and then eventually break my PRs. So this day was a 5x3 with 455, and the weight has been progressing nicely, but at this point I'm getting pretty fatigued, mainly because I'm not eating enough. As you could see in these photos right here, I'm about like 210, 212. So yeah, by this point I'm still pretty lean, and I would say the main reason why people don't progress in strength is for 2 primary reasons. It's either they're not eating enough or they're not resting enough. So going to the next week, I wanted to go for some heavy singles. I went for 405, but I actually got it for 2. And then deadlifts, 515 conventional, moved pretty smooth. I was like, let me just hit it sumo 2. Boom. And of course, when we get to bench, 265, fail it the first time, fail it the second time, and we fail it again the third time. And another physique shot, not really much difference in weight. So bench has always been like, I've always had a poverty bench, and mainly the reason is I hit 275 way back in 2019, never hit it again after that because I hurt my wrist, I hurt my shoulders. I could just never win when it comes to bench, but currently I think that we can break past that as long as I stay consistent. And that's another key factor in strength training, is definitely consistency. Okay, so this is March 20th, and I wanted to continue the trend of the 4x3s, right? But I only managed to get 2 triples, 1 double, and 1 single. So that was basically my cue that, yo bro, you're plateauing. You need to start eating seriously. So on deadlift day, I was trying to go for 475 for like a 4x3 or 3x3, but I only managed to get doubles and singles. But the intensity was definitely there, and the main factor of muscle growth is intensity along with proper recovery, and you kind of have to balance those two factors. And in this clip, I almost threw up right there, but of course, we're going to keep pushing through to the next sets. Got a double. I was extra motivated actually after that. I was like, there's no way I'm not finishing this. And I struggled through to end up with 10 total reps for the day. Yep, finished it out. Threw the belt. And then dapped my boy Johnny. So, in terms of strength, intensity, and hypertrophy, 3 factors that correlate with each other, but after a certain point, a certain intensity period, I would say when you're first starting to strength train, that's when you're going to get the most hypertrophic value out of the strength training. And then when your nervous system gets accustomed to the weights, this is the point where you're going to get more value in the strength domain than you will in the muscle growth domain. Alright, so I did a 5x5 there with 225, which moved pretty smoothly, honestly. And at this point is when I really started dialing in when it comes to eating food. I wanted to hit 395 for sets today, but I moved it for a double and it felt super heavy. So I was like, let me just hit 365 for sets. Now, when I get to this point, right, I do not track my calories. The only thing that I really track when I'm bulking is my protein. So I make sure I get about 200 grams of protein in a day, and then basically everything outside of that is free reign for me. And mainly because I'm broke, so healthy meals are more expensive. And when you're eating healthier, it is harder to gain weight. And also, I like enjoying food. Like, yes, I'm a fitness person, fitness influencer. I hate that word. But at the same time, I am just a person who likes to eat food, who likes to enjoy himself. Like, I eat Wendy's, I eat ice cream sandwiches, I eat honey buns. I have my guilty pleasures, right? So there I hit 265. I was really proud of that. And then this is April 3rd, and this is about 10 days later. A little more bulked up, a little more food in me. Now, I'm not telling you guys to follow anything that I do. I'm just saying this is what works for me specifically when it comes to gaining weight. I would say if you're super skinny, then do whatever it takes in order to get some fat on your bones. But, don't overdo it to the point where it's costing your health. And moving from the opposite direction, if you're overweight trying to lose it, then of course diet is the most important factor, and that should be the priority over the lifting. So yeah, at this point I got the mismatched socks on, I'm gaining weight, and here we go. All these clips are kind of random because I lost consistency when it came to recording, but this was my deadlift session on April 18th, and I hit 415 for a couple sets of 5. And the following week, on the 24th, that's when I did my Tom Platz leg day with Joe. That video is up on YouTube if you guys want to go watch it. And that destroyed my legs. This was the physique update on that same day. Pretty bulked up, shape's not too bad. And the next day I hit 525 conventional on deadlifts, and I moved really well, so I was proud of that. Now after this I went through a little hiatus when it came to recording. I've been eating like an animal during this period, and this is my physique at 220, my physique in the last video with the boys, and this is my last deadlift session that I hit in this past week. So just to give you a quick recap, I did a circuit training session with Jay, Dom, Mike, and John, and that was basically like complete opposite to how I train right now. It's high intensity, very quick, high reps. So I did that, and then I went back into strength training. I had to kind of readjust what numbers I was working with. So I did 335 for a 5x5, then I did 475 for a 5x3, then 235 for a 4x4 on bench, and then the next week I did 365 for a 5x3, and then, which brings us to this current day, which I did 495 for 3 triples, a double, a triple, and a single. So yeah, that is the story up until this point, and this is my current physique at 220 pounds. Thank you guys for watching.